heartfelt welcome. We are pleased that you have shown interest in our organization. May you find out in the next minutes why this interest might have been worthwhile for you and your organizational success.
Henwood Foundation is a faith-based organization winged of the New Apostolic Church that carries out humanitarian aid projects in Malawi, Zimbabwe and Zambia, targeting the vulnerable without any form of segregation or discrimination. The Secretariat is located in Lusaka, the capital of Zambia, and consists of 7 employees, among which are specialized managers in the area of agriculture and water sanitation. The Secretariat is the wire draw for every project running in the organization. Henwood's more than 700 volunteers are systematically distributed over all operational areas. The 3 countries of operation, like Zambia as example here, are divided up in provinces or states. In each of these provinces Henwood operates, a provincial committee is established consisting of 8 to 10 members with different positions. Each province consists on average of around 10 districts. In each of these districts there is also a formed committee, which is structurally established in the same way as the provincial committee. It consists of the 8 to 10 team members with the according positions. Districts again are geographically divided up into smaller regions, the so-called satellites. Also in these satellites there are formed committees of Henwood, consisting of the same number of people and division of positions. Henwood is thus reaching out to its beneficiaries from the Secretariat via the provincial, the district and the satellite committees. Always the higher ranked committee is in charge of monitoring the activities of the next lower committee. The activities of the Secretariat are monitored by its board. Henwood uses this structure for its 3 pillars of focus that are agriculture, water sanitation and income generating activities. Agricultural activities provide people with nutrition and have food security needed for a healthy status, and lack of it being the main cause of HIV/AIDS and many other diseases. The lack of safe drinking water is also a cause of many diseases. In fact, every 8 seconds a child dies due to a water-related disease. The extra income to be earned through agriculture and income-generating activities allows parents to send their children to school and purchase things necessary for a healthy status. Probably the second-ranked cause why children are not in school, besides financial barriers, is as they are needed to carry water to their homes from far-distanced water wells. The water sanitation projects tackle this time barrier. Henwood believes that its 3 pillars of focus contribute most effectively to a healthy, educated and developed community, and therefore engaged itself in these activities. Henwood's currently greatest project is the one of agriculture, where Henwood has chosen lead farmers out of the sensitized community with the satellite committee's knowledge about their literacy level and leadership capabilities. The lead farmers were then trained theoretically and practically in sustainable agriculture by Henwood's agricultural specialists. Farming methods are emphasized in this workshop, taking the farmers away from the traditional way of farming and leading the farmers to achieve food security almost independent of weather conditions. The organic farming methods, where world demand is growing in, result not only in less cost involved but also in greater quality. The 500 lead farmers go back to their catchment area and pass the acquired knowledge on to their 20 to 25 headed farmer groups, who they themselves selected previous to the training, based on the criteria of being in a reasonable distance of the lead farmer's field and their willingness to pay a once-off fee, ensuring commitment. Lead farmers make continuous visits to their fellow farmers with the given bicycles throughout the implementation of the project to monitor and assist them in advice. Demonstration fields, field exchange visits and continuous training throughout the implementation phase provide further capacity building for the farmers. The farmer training does also include the topic of entrepreneurship skills, making the farmers already know from planting their proximity of their harvest sale and how to make this sale an eye-catching one for the markets. Henwood assists the farmers in finding these markets, using its cooperation with the great supermarket chain Spar and others. Sun Hotel in Livingstone is the best and biggest hotel in Zambia and purchases its whole indigenous vegetable demand from some of Henwood's farmers. Henwood encourages farmers not to rest after the main season harvest, but now in particular be engaged in off-season farming, as even more income can be generated with drought-resistant crops and the acquired skills in a season where demand is high and supply low. So after sensitizing the community, Henwood selects the lead farmers with the satellite committee's knowledge of the people's leadership capabilities and literacy levels. The lead farmers then form their 20 to 25 headed farmer groups based on their willingness to show commitment, and then pass the acquired training skills onto them, which they received from the agricultural specialist. Lead farmers will monitor and advise their fellow farmers throughout the project, while Henwood, in particular through the satellite committees, monitors the overall project.
If really we succeed in this project, I will really make sure that we have done something that is going to entertain our donors.
The lead farmer statement ought to be confirmed. Through the farmers' harvest income, they are viable of purchasing seeds for the coming season, some to purchase themselves animals for breeding, develop their homes, send their children to school, or purchase other things they require. From small breeding animals to cattle, from hand irrigation to big irrigation systems, from being a small-scale farmer to be an export farmer are the motivational steps for a farmer to undergo. Farmers showing the greatest improvements are rewarded by Henwood as another motivational incentive. The farmers participating in the project are growing. But what is with all the others? When the sustainable farming project commenced, not every farmer was willing to take the risk and pay the commitment fee in order to be part of a farmer group. Once they saw the results of the participating farmers, their willingness changed and demand for the project loomed.